What's up, dolls and gents? I have been on hiatus. I have been gone, and the reason being is that uh, I kind of didn't want to do this video because I still felt like it was kind of too soon, but I felt like I should give some type of reason as to why I haven't did a video and talking about how I was going to do a video once a week and all this stuff. Um, some shit happened. The way how life works, I just want to say that life doesn't go as planned. Nothing goes as planned. And I'm trying not to start out crying early. It's because I already know I'm going to cry. Okay, so I was dealing with this guy, and I've been dealing with him for a long time. We've had on and off moments. We've had situationships and all this. 3 tips on how to be a savage videos, pretty much the time when I separated myself from him and decided that I needed to find out what was going to be my happiness. So he's been kind of the guy that I've kind of dealt with majority of my life. I started dating him when I was 15, but I knew him when I was 14. He wanted to wait a year, I guess because of our age difference, but that was up to him. And I don't want to do this. I don't really want to get into this. But I feel like I've shared a lot of stuff with you guys, and I kind of have to let you know what's going on. So, damn. I pretty much planned my entire life with him. And I've always felt that at some point in my life, I was going to be with him. It was going to be me and him. We was going to have our matching Eclipse cars. We was going to start our life. He was going to have his business. I was going to have mine. But life doesn't go as planned. So, what I do want to say is this. We shared so much in common. He was really my support system. We were alike in many ways. And, oh God, this is too early to start crying in this video. But, my life changed September 4th. My life changed. My whole world, the core of my body just isn't the same. My whole world just stopped. And he passed away September 4th. And so I haven't been in the mood to want to make YouTube videos, and we both shared the love for YouTube because he created his own YouTube page. And I'm trying not to do this. He knew that I was just getting ready to start making more videos, and we talked about stuff like that. And it's one thing because I feel like I've kind of just been living a dream lately. I've just been kind of like a zombie. I'm trying to stay calm. I'm sorry. I've just been trying to get through every day. And this hurts. This really hurts. Because I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy at all. I never thought a day in my life that I wouldn't have him. I never thought that it would come to a day where I wouldn't, have him. If you guys don't know, I'm 23. So I've pretty much known him since I was 14. And we've been on and off, but I always knew that he was going to come back. You kind of have to go through life. And every time that, I had a conversation with his mom would always say, you guys have to live your life, and if you guys make it back to each other, then then y'all meant to be. But that's the best way to test it. And we actually stopped talking last November. We were like in a situationship, which to us meant, you know, I fuck with you heavy, you know, but I know that you're doing whatever you want to do, and I'm doing whatever I want to do. And some shit happened in November, and so we stopped talking. And I actually got this tattoo like the next day after we stopped talking, because that kind of felt like it was the end, even though I knew it wasn't the end, you know what I mean? And so he came back came back home came back home with me earlier this year. And from there on, we just went as nothing ever happened. And I kind of feel bad because a couple days before he passed, because he was like a motor vlogger, and so he would, like, you know, vlog him being on his motorcycle. And I saw the video, and I said, slow down, I'm not giving you no kuncha. And so he was like, he's like, you wouldn't do that. And I said, no, I'm serious. You need to slow down. Like, I don't understand your need for speed. Just slow down. And I said, what are you going to do if something happens to you? And he told me, then I'm just dead. And that was like a couple days before he passed. And so I kind of feel some type of way, because I just told him to slow down. I just told him just to chill out. And everybody who saw the videos, who knew him, kind of told him to chill out. But he was the type of person where if he wanted to do something, he was just going to do it. And something that we both shared in common was that we're not afraid to die. But there's, to me, I always feel like there's two sides of feeling that way. You can either do everything to prevent it, and if it happens, it just happens. And then there's some people who just kind of live on the edge, kind of just, you know, I don't want to say he thought he was invincible, but, you know, they just kind of just don't fear anything. And so that's how he was. He didn't fear much of anything. Me, I fear clowns. I don't like clowns. I don't like clowns, and I get a little uncomfortable in the dark. But like outside of that, I don't fear death, because I know that I ain't gonna have no bills. I know that there's no stress. I know that heaven is just waiting on me, and so I don't fear death. But I definitely, because I have anxiety, I definitely try to stay as much as possible out of the way of it. But he was the type of person where whatever he wanted to do, he just did it. He just did it. And the way how I found out, his sister contacted me, and I was asleep the night of everything happened, and I actually talked to him. We stopped talking like around 8 or 9. And he knew that I was out, but I didn't know what he was doing. And so the night of him pretty much passing, this is hard. This is so hard. I went out with my friends, and both my best friends, we went out, and I was just hella hype, and I didn't drink. I had nothing in my system. Like, I was just hella hype and like just real goofy. And they were like, what is wrong with you? Like, why are you acting like this? And then the club that we went to was dead. And so, but I didn't want to leave for some reason. I wanted to post up just yet my story time from a benefit situation. And I said, you know, I'm in a good place and I'm happy. I was happy. I definitely was happy. And I just couldn't understand why I was so happy that night. And I sent him a picture of my outfit and all this stuff. And the last thing he said to me was, what are you doing? That was the last thing he said to me. That was the last thing that he said to me, what are you doing? And we came home. We went to sleep, and I got the best sleep. I can't tell you, I haven't been able to sleep that good since. I got the best sleep, and I didn't wake up till like 3. And I saw that his sister contacted me through Facebook, and I was like, something's bad. Something's really, really bad. And when she told me, I thought she was joking, because it just didn't feel real. You ever have a moment where, like, you get some really bad news and you can't believe what you're hearing? And I said, is this a joke? I wouldn't joke like this. And I just started shaking. And I just started crying. And I started screaming. And immediately I started praying. Because that whole man was my support system. He was my best friend, and we could go months or weeks not talking, but as soon as something happened to me, I could call him and he would pick up. And it would be like nothing, like we didn't stop talking, or like we were just talking. I could call him and be like, oh, I just got into an accident. Or he'll pick up and be like, what's wrong, babe? We could not be talking, but I could call him and he would answer the phone. He would answer the phone. And I pretty much have to live my life without my best friend at this point. So that's why I haven't kind of been posting videos, and I know that he wouldn't want me to be so sad, but this really hurts. Like, this really hurts for people who have lost somebody. Like, I lose people a lot in my life, you know what I mean? I've lost about 15 people in my lifetime, and I'm only 23, okay? But this one really stung. This one really stung, because how I feel people leave my life is like, it's like a shock or a surprise, you know? And I know you can never be prepared for death, but it's always like they're just snatched. That's how it feels. They're just snatched. And this pain is a pain that I felt when I was 10 years old, when my grandmother passed, and we were so close. And I never thought I could feel this pain again, but I definitely feel it. And I just started a new job, and I couldn't really take days off, so I had to go to work. And another thing was, I didn't want to just sit home and cry. I didn't want to just sit home and just be sad. So before the funeral, on the memorial and stuff, I would just go to work. He was just constantly on my mind. And I just was like, you know, I gotta focus. But then it's so hard to focus and help somebody out at my job when all my mind is thinking about is just him. It's just him. And it's just like thinking of, how could you do this? You know, how could this happen? And there's been times where, you know, we both were low and very, you know, down. And we kind of promised each other that we wouldn't do anything stupid. You know what I mean? And we always used to say, you know, you're not going to leave me here, you know? And he left me here. It's just so hard. Like, it's just so hard. And I'm not really a vulnerable person, but I just feel like, you know, this is part of my story. And this is just going to make me a better person. But right now, I'm hurting. I'm hurting something bad, and I try to, you know, start my days out with prayer and gospel music, and I haven't really been a religious person, but as soon as I found out, I just did this prayer, and I just asked God for strength, because I knew I just wasn't going to make it. I just asked God for strength. And that's just what I do every day. I just ask God for strength to get me through the day, because every day is harder. Because we talked every day. And we were working on getting back together and fixing things, because we both knew that, you know, at the end of the day, like, ain't nobody gonna rock with you like how I'm rocking with you. Ain't nobody gonna support you like how I support you. Ain't nobody gonna be down for you like the way how I am. So
the plan that we were working on was him rebuilding my trust, and we was gonna go from there. And that's where we left it at. And like 2 days before he passed, we were texting, and I wanted to say I love you so bad. I wanted to say it so bad, but my ego and my pride wouldn't allow me to. And so all that I could text him, because I was like, can I tell you something? And normally when I used to say, can I tell you something, I would say, I love you. And I was like, I just miss you. Because it was like a long distance relationship. And he lived 2 hours away. And he was like, I miss you too. But I know that he knew that I love him. And I know that he loved me. But I knew that he knew how I felt. And I was going through our messages and just reading stuff, and I realized that he said I love you, and I didn't say anything back, and I just felt so bad. And how the hell could I have just missed him saying I love you and not saying anything back? Because I would have said it back. And it was just kind of like, since he's been gone, when they're gone, you can't bring that back. You know what I mean? Like you can't bring that person back to say something to them. So I've kind of realized that life is short. Life is so short. But I'm so grateful that God brought him into my life at the time that he did. And I'm so grateful for the lessons that God is showing me and the blessings that he's given me, because he was a blessing. He was a blessing, and he touched so many people's lives. Like, that man, like, I swear, I had the privilege of seeing him grow from a boy to a man. And not a lot of people have that blessing to see somebody grow like that. And I know that now at this point in my life, I don't want to be petty, even though I always used to say I had a minor in pettyology. I don't want to hold grudges against people, and I don't want people to feel a certain type of way against me, because I don't want somebody showing up at my funeral, wishing that they could say something that they've always wanted to say to me, but I can't say nothing back to them. So this has definitely been a lesson to me. It has definitely been a lesson. But I was talking to my dad, and my dad's a pastor, and I texted my dad and I said, I don't understand how God can give me 9 years with somebody and just rip them away from me. And my dad kept calling me, and I didn't want to talk to him, because my dad has no filter. My mom has no filter, but my dad is just worse. My dad's African, so he just doesn't hold anything back. And finally, I talked to him, and my dad gave me the reality check that I needed. And since I've talked to my dad, I've definitely been in better spirits. I'm trying to find comfort in knowing that he is in a better place, and I know he's in a better place. But my problem is just that I miss him. That's my problem. That's my problem. It's just that I miss him. I miss him so much. That's my problem. But I know God got him. That's how I feel. I know God got him, and that's where I get happy. But at the same time, I'm sad. At the same time, I'm also mad. I'm not mad at God, but I'm more so just a little frustrated with him. But the type of person that he was, if you knew him, you knew he did whatever he wanted to do. You couldn't stop him from doing nothing he wanted to do. That's just how he was. And I also, I kind of like looked back at all the memories, and I said, you know what? I complained that he didn't do much, but he did a lot for me. He wasn't really the type of person to, display his emotions a lot, but he did a lot for me, emotionally, physically, all that. Like, he did a lot for me, and we were young, and, I have like a lot of stuff from him, a lot of memories, and When I went up to, you know, go see his family, I asked his mom for one of his jackets because I just wanted to smell his scent, you know. That's weird, but I just wanted to smell his scent. I knew that I wasn't gonna smell anymore, so I was just like, "Can I take one of his sweatshirts?" So she was like, "Yeah, go ahead." So, you know, I took one. And also, I had when I was cleaning up, I found this old perfume that I had brought that reminded me of him, but it was just a female scent of what he smelled like. And of course, you know, I went out and I brought the lotion, brought the spray. I did it all, girl. I went out and I did it all. And so that's been, you know, comforting. But, you know, I've also kind of just been like playing our old songs, just bopping to our old songs, you know. Been kind of listening to our old songs, songs that he loved but I might have hated, or songs that we just danced to together. He was definitely a shy person, but if he was comfortable with you, then like you just saw a totally different side of him. Like, he has moments where he would be hype, and he had a lot of moments where he was calm, he was chill. He was like the yin to my yang, because I'm loud, I'm obnoxious, I'm energetic, and he was just chill, calm, laid back, all that. So the yin to my yang, the missing piece to my puzzle. That's how we were. But you know, I definitely want to say this, and I want to kind of end this on a positive note. You know, life is short, you know, and I didn't realize that, you know, days are numbered pretty much, and whatever you want to do, you got to do it. Like, you can't allow anything to stop you from doing it. You can't give another excuse to not doing it. And something that the pastor said definitely that stuck out to me was, we used to say, here today, gone tomorrow, but you know, you got to realize you can be here today and gone today. And I've been kind of living by that, and I'm trying to stay in positive spirits. I'm not gonna sit here and act like, you know, I don't have my meltdowns, because I do, child, just like you just see me. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I haven't been happy. There are moments where I'm happy, but then sometimes I feel guilty for being happy because of the whole situation. But you know, whatever it is that you want to do, whether if it's make YouTube videos, want to go on to Germany, want to travel, like a goal or a dream, do it. Like, just do it. Like, because you don't want to leave this earth realizing you weren't able to do what it is that you were put on this earth to do. And he passed very young. He was 26. So, you know, that's 4 years away from 30. I used to call him an old man, but like, life is short, you know, and you really never know when you're going. So do you, okay? This is what this has taught me. I'm gonna definitely miss my best friend. I'm definitely gonna have moments where I'm gonna cry. It's definitely gonna have to take some time for me to get over this, and I just want you guys to kind of bear with me, you know, during this process, because I have to kind of rewire my whole life now, and kind of leave room for somebody else to walk in at some point in time, you know. So you just gotta bear with me. And you know, I technically didn't have to make this video because my YouTube like really ain't popping, but I'm sharing part of my life with y'all. So, you know, if I can talk about friend with benefits, I can talk about tips on how to be a savage, story time when I got catfish, then this is definitely something that, you know, I want to say, because there might also be somebody else out there that's going through the same thing, or, you know, something more serious or more deep, you know. But I'm definitely gonna miss my best friend. And the last time that we were together, and then I'm gonna end this video. Last time we were together, he was like super affectionate, and we just kept kissing, and like we kissed, but like we was like in it, you know what I'm saying? Like it was deep, okay? Some other things that were deep too, but it got really hot and heavy, and I couldn't understand why. And I looked at him, and I was just like, you know, I really do love you. That's what I was saying in my head, but I couldn't say it out loud. But I was just like, I looked at him, I was like, I really love this man. Through it all, ups and downs, like, you know, I really do love this man. And I realized is how I want to be remembered, you know, and when my days off this earth are pretty much done, how do I want to be remembered, you know? So that's kind of how I've been, you know, moving in my life. You know, I want to be remembered as somebody funny, somebody who was loving, supportive of family and friends, and was there, open. I'm very open-minded. That's something that I love about myself. But how do I want to be remembered? So that's kind of how I've been moving in my life. Because before, you know, I just was like petty queen, just petty. You do me wrong, but do you wrong. Now I don't want to waste any energy on doing that, and I don't want to do that. So, you know, my intros may not be as happy and fun right now because I don't really feel like pushing that energy out, but I definitely feel like I want to get back into doing some of the stuff that, you know, I love doing, and that's making YouTube videos, because I'm not making no money from this. So that's where I'm at with it. I definitely have to adjust.